And there's the critique of this Mindy Nike jacket. I'll put the photo. Either machine wanted to work. I really hope you enjoyed that buttonhole tutorial because my sewing machine jammed. Hi guys, happy new year and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am making the Nike shirt worn by Mindy in Emily in Paris from Netflix. It's kind of funny, I saw a TikTok review of the fashion for season 2. I have not watched neither season 1 or season 2, and someone talked about how they thought this shirt jacket was just really ugly, and for some reason I really liked it, so I wanted to make it. So this will be the video that we will kick off the new year with. So yeah, let's just get into it. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on my social medias, and let's go. Welcome back. This is my first video of 2022. I was not going to film tonight. I'm about to go to bed. And for this video, I am making a jacket from Emily in Paris. I did not watch Emily in Paris, but I saw someone critique some of the outfit. There's a lot of critiques of the outfit choices. And there's the critique of this Mindy Nike jacket. I'll put the photo up. And I actually kind of like it. I don't know, I'm looking at it right now. I don't love the little Nikes going around, but I don't know, something about it I kind of liked. So I'm trying to find the jacket because I don't want to watch the show, but then also I don't want to watch just one episode and then nothing makes sense. And this is literally the only photo I can find. This photo. So I'm gonna have to do a lot to figure this out. So yeah, I'm gonna sketch it out and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm not going to take the measurements right now, but some measurements I'm going to take for the jacket. So I'm going to have the front and back pieces dip down a little, so then I can also have the sleeve dip down. I don't know if that makes sense, but you'll see later if I'm thinking about it correctly. So it goes all the way across instead of having two pieces where I just sew the sleeve on afterwards. So obviously I'm going to measure my chest or upper body, whatever, but I'm gonna measure how far down I want that piece to go so I can have that measurement. And then I'm gonna measure for the sleeves, since they're big and oversized. I'm gonna measure my bicep and my wrist, and then I'm gonna double those numbers, so then I can just gather the fabric and put the cuff and attach it. And then also I'm gonna measure the length of my arm and then probably add 5 or so inches plus that so it can scrunch up some. So yeah, I'm gonna do those measurements and then I'm gonna make the pattern and show y'all. Okay, so I cut out my pattern pieces, so that's gonna be the back piece, the front piece, and then the sleeve. and they all have that little like half hyperbola. And I'm hoping that it'll work out. So yeah, I'm gonna Okay, so I had to cut out 2 back pieces and they were on pockets, so I'm gonna sew those down and then sew them together and then sew on the front pieces, and yeah. Okay, now that I have the back piece sewn together and those pieces at the top sewn down, also there was like a piece of like fabric that's like used for stabilization or something in the middle. I had to take that out because neither machine wanted to work because it was just too much. So now I'm gonna sew the front pieces to the side, and then I'll sew sleeves. I'll gather the bottom because the top, I didn't measure the little like divot hyperbola, so I think it's gonna fit my arm like exactly. So I'll gather the bottom and then sew the sleeves together and then attach them. So to gather the fabric, I'm setting this, I think this is the longest straight stitch. I'm setting it to the longest straight stitch. I'm gonna sew 1 stitch and then I'm going to pull. So there's a lot of fabric or a lot of thread left over here, and then I'm gonna pull it out afterwards to make sure there's still a lot. Okay, so I have the sleeves pinned to like the bodice, and now I'm going to sew those down and then probably hem the top and the bottom. Actually, probably hem the like front piece where it'll connect so I can put the buttons on, and then I'll hem the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna put the buttonholes on this side and the buttons on this side. So I have it pinned down. So I'm gonna sew along here for this side and along here, and then I'm gonna do the button and buttonholes. Okay, I'm about to sew the buttonholes, so I figured out how to do it, so I want to explain it. I already have the thing, so if you have this foot and you have a machine that can do this, and I think a lot of machines can, if you have this foot, so what you do back here, I don't know if you can see that, but you put your button in so it's adjusted to the size of my button, and then pretty much you just put it in the presser foot. Loop the thread through the opening, and then you bring this little thing down, and it sits behind, there we go, it's focusing. It sits behind this knob, and then you select your stitch. So I'm doing stitch 34, and then what you do is line up the markings, or like the red marks with the where you marked, and then lightly hold the thread, and then you just sew, and it starts making the buttonhole. I really hope you enjoyed that buttonhole tutorial because my sewing machine jammed. And I took a very long break. It's been at least like an hour or two since that happened because I was one, upset, and then I was too mad. So I looked on TikTok, and I found a way. My low power thing came up, so yeah, there was a break. I'll probably just cut that out. But I found 2 ways to make a buttonhole without the like attachment. One with the machine, and one uses the machine a little bit, but it's mostly by hand. I'm gonna try the machine first. So yeah, what I'm gonna try to do, so I have like my marks, and instead of making a T, I made them into an I. And what I'm gonna try to do is using the shortest straight stitch on my metal machine, because thankfully I have a second machine. So whenever people say, Brianna, why do you have so many sewing machines, is why. Using the straight stitch, I'm gonna use the smallest one, and then like pretty much just outline the eye, leaving the center. And then I'm gonna try using the smallest zigzag stitch and going around it, and ideally just getting it as precise as I can before I cut it open, because I really don't want to have to hand stitch it. So I'm gonna try that, and if it works, I'm gonna show you. The pieces for the Nike and the cuffs cut out, and I cut 2 pieces of each, so I'm going to sew them right sides together and then flip them out, top stitch this one, and then when I top stitch that one, it'll be when I'm sewing it onto that one, and then I will sew those onto the shirt, not facing this way but like flipped, and then I will sew on the cuff. thanks for watching. I really hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on my social medias. I like the shirt. I don't love how it turned out, but I think it just is going to depend on how I style it. I think one thing that I do differently is do like the bodice piece out of a more stretchy material since I used a pair of slacks. But I think it's really interesting and I think it'll be fun to wear. So yeah, stay tuned for some styling videos on my Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, I hope you liked it and I will see you next time. Bye guys.